Now, there are about 1 million how to change your oil videos on YouTube. And the vast majority of those are with this, the good old spin-on oil filter. You've all seen this. However, a lot of car manufacturers switch into this, the oil filter cartridge. Now, it's a little bit different. I wouldn't say it's tricky or difficult to do, but a little different. And there's a couple steps you don't want to miss, because if you do, you're going to have a bad day. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do an oil change if you have an oil cartridge filter. And yeah, I'm going to wear the white t-shirt. I'm going to rock it because I want to see how dirty I don't get, hopefully, at the end of this oil change. Let's go. Most vehicles that have a cartridge oil filter, you're going to find it somewhere near the center of the engine by the engine block. Ours is located right here. And because the manufacturer suggests that you remove the oil filter first before you drain the oil, that's exactly what we're going to do. This is a 15/16 socket, or you can use a 24 mil for this application. Yours might be different. We just want to loosen this. Unlike regular spin-on filters, this isn't going to leak as much when you pull it out. However, it will probably drip some oil, so a rag or a cloth is going to be your best friend here. We're going to spin this out the rest of the way. Out it comes. Now, this next step is really important. It's what I want people to pay attention to the most. On regular old school spin-on filters like this, you have an O-ring that's attached to the oil filter. It's easy, it's done. Just twist it on, boom, ready to go. However, on these cartridge filters, that's not the case. They give you the O-ring separately, and it's up to you to install it onto the housing. And if you put that O-ring in the wrong area, that's where you could have your failure. You're not gonna have a good seal, driving down the highway, all the oil comes out of your engine, bam, engine's gone. So it's critical that you pay attention to where you install your O-ring if you have an oil filter cartridge. Next, I want to put my O-ring on my housing. And like any other O-ring, even if it's a spin-on, you want to take a little bit of fresh oil and you want to lubricate the O-ring before you put it on. Here's a critical step as well. A lot of people will take their O-ring and they'll slide it and they'll roll it down onto wherever that groove might be. You don't want to roll it down. You want to place your O-ring on to your housing and you want to set it in place. Don't roll it into place. Set it in place, making sure that it is even around the entire housing. Here my O-ring is, and it's in the same groove around the entirety of the housing. It's not up one notch or down one notch on one side and not the other. And now we're ready to just install our oil filter itself. It clicks right into place, and we're ready to reinstall this back into the engine. The reinstall is just as easy as we took it out. We're gonna find our housing unit. We're gonna set it in place, and we're going to twist it just hand tight for right now. That is hand tight. Now there is a torque spec to this, but I'm not going to torque it down to 18 foot-pounds. I just feel like it's a little bit too much because you can crack these housings. I'm gonna take my ratchet, I'm gonna tighten it until it gets tight, just ratchet tight. And that's tight. And I'm gonna do maybe 1/8 to 1/4 more turn. That's it. That's tight enough, I think, because these are plastic housings for the most case, and I don't want to crack it. And if I over tighten it, man, we got a big job ahead of us. Next, grab your oil catch, put it underneath your oil pan. They're usually very recognizable, often black, sometimes they're aluminum, sometimes they even have oil stamped on them somewhere, so you won't mistake it. And we're gonna loosen the oil plug. Make sure you can catch your oil. I think that's about right. Let's see if we can do this with as little mess as possible. Remember, you see the white shirt? It got me. But I think I just got it on my hand. So we'll let that drain and we'll go on to the next step. While we're waiting for the oil to drain, it's a perfect time to check your oil drain plug. Make sure you look at the threads, inspect them, make sure they look good. The plug overall was in good shape. And if your vehicle has a crush washer on the drain plug, which will look something similar to this, make sure you replace it. This vehicle does not require a crush washer, so we're not going to replace anything. But if yours has one, make sure you replace it with every oil change. They're about 3 cents a pop, no reason not to do so. Now that we're down to a very slow drip, we're ready to install the drain plug. I'm going to just clean it off a little bit. And we're going to reinstall this. We're going to hand tighten it first. Here's a little tip for your oil pan. We take some of this old oil, even some from the catch pan, just a little bit, and I put it on my oil pan. It keeps it rust free. And it's not going to harm anything. It's not going to do anything. It's going to protect it. So a little tip, if you want to keep your oil pan from rusting, if it's not aluminum like this, it works wonders. So this is hand tightened now. Most people do this next step wrong. They over tighten the heck out of the oil plug. It's hand tightened. We're going to tighten it, twist just a little bit, and once it's tight, we're going to just pull it just a click, just a hair. That's it. That's all you need. And we can move on to the next step. Getting close to the last step here, guys. We're ready to add the engine oil. Now, the oil cap, in many cases, will actually tell you what you need for oil weight. This requires 0W20, and it is a full synthetic. Now, if you're not sure if it's a full synthetic or if it's conventional and how many quarts of oil you need, you want to check your owner's manual. We found ours under fluid capacities, and for this engine, we need 5 quarts of oil, and it needs a full synthetic. So your owner's manual is going to be your best friend in this case. Time to add the engine oil. We take off our cap, put our funnel in so you guys can see. And if you didn't know, if you tilt these sideways as opposed to pouring this way, it often comes out smoother and without the gulping thing that you normally get. Let's put our 5 quarts of 0W20 full synthetic into the engine. Once that's done, we're going to grab our cap. We're going to clean it off. Take this out and reinstall our cap. Anytime now. Before I go and fire it up, I double check everything. I make sure that the engine oil cap is tight. The oil filter cartridge in this case is tight. If it was a spin-on, I will double check that as well. Then I go underneath and I make sure I have no leaks coming from the oil pan from the oil we just poured in. With everything double checked now, we can go turn her on and then pull the engine dipstick and check that. Modern vehicles are a little different because they don't have the oil gauge readily available, but we flip to the screen and we do see that we're running 30 PSI. So we're good. Let's go check the dipstick. Regardless of what the oil pressure says, you still want to check the dipstick because you want to make sure that you're not A, low, or B, even worse, overfilled. Let's see where we're at. We're looking just perfect. That is full, clean, oil change is done. A quick PSA for you guys. Old engine oil, what do you do with it? Put it back in the container that you just used. Places like Walmart, local auto parts stores, they'll take it, dispose of it free of charge. Please don't walk to the back of your yard into the woods and dump it. Don't find a storm sewer and dump it down there. Fill up a container with the old engine oil, bring it to one of those stores. They'll take care of it. No hassle. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you think? I mean, the front's pretty good. I don't know what the back looks like. I bet you that's maybe not so good, but hey, overall, not bad for an oil change in a white t-shirt, right? Anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video.